I say, why are musicians in underpants? They said, Sadhguru, only that sells. I said, what is this? Somebody else is determining her choice, which is not choice at all. This is a sure way to destroy the beauty of feminine in the world. This is a consequence of, in one way, that economic engine drives everything in the world.
Before coming to today's engagement, my 13-year-old daughter was asking me, could I ask a question? I'm like, sure. So this is from her picking up on this whole male-female that she is influenced by, given society and the narrative that has been played. And she said, I am curious to know if there was one advice for the youth today, what would it be?
See, gender is a personal thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, I'm putting it in a very basic way.
Please.
What is in somebody's pants is not my business or your business. It is only relevant in a few places like bathrooms and bedrooms and somewhere. In rest of the places, your gender is irrelevant. It's a question of your competence, what you can do, what you cannot do, what you're capable of, what you're not capable of. We need to bring the world to this place that what kind of body you have is not my business.
Mm-hmm.
Only in bodily relationships it matters. In rest of the time, it's not my business. For this, women also should think this way, but right now, it is, I don't know, it's a complete, man's dream is being played out by the women, because,
Yes.
Like yesterday I was because I was supposed to talk to some musician, and I said, okay, let me hear something, so they played a video. I'm sorry I'm using such words, but I'm saying because it pains me that women are being projected like this. And a musician is on stage in underpants. I say, why are musicians in underpants? They said, Sadhguru, only that sells. I said, what is this? So this is horrible exploitation of the woman, and women are cooperating in this. She can wear what she wants, it's not my business. But if she is wearing that only because that's what sells, that is not right in the society. It's her choice what she wants to wear, but it's not her choice. Somebody else is determining her choice, which is not choice at all. So, this is important both for young boys and girls, they need to come up with this, that your body is your business, all right? It is not something that everybody needs to be involved with your body on the street. Everybody need not be involved with your body. People need to be involved with your intelligence, people need to be involved with your competence, people need to recognize your genius. Everybody on the street need not be involved with your body. Body has its purposes, body has its beauty, body has its nature. That is in a different way. I am not trying to say what should be the dress code. No, I'm saying a man should not decide a woman's dress code, that's all I'm saying. Right now it looks like it's man's perversion which is deciding a woman's dress code. This needs to change if women have to be free. So this is why I'm saying, as from man's muscle it is moving to a cerebral nature of activity, similarly from a woman's flesh it has to move to a cerebral nature of activity. So right now this may sound like an absurd thing, no, this is how women are. No, this is how man has expected woman to be. This is not how women are.
Mm-hmm.
I know enough women in my life, all around me, to clearly know that this is not how they are, but they think this is what is expected out of them.
Is this a superwoman syndrome that they define this as, where women just want to project themselves in a certain way?
No, I'm saying this is a sure way to destroy the beauty of feminine in the world, because right now you understand masculine as the ideal of success. If you want to succeed, you have to be like a man, you have to show your muscle. This must go, because this whole thing is coming from this is a consequence of, in one way, that economic engine drives everything in the world. When economy is the only thing that matters, everything is a marketplace. Everything is about… See, in the marketplace, if I give less and take more, I'm smart, isn't it? Hello? If I go to a marketplace and give more and take less, I'm stupid. But right now you must understand, in your homes, I'm sure it's true for you also as women, I've seen women working in so many ways, my own mother, my sisters, my aunts and many other women that I see. Yeah, when they are at home, their whole thing is to give themselves totally, because they're doing something that they love to do. They're doing things for people that matter, that what I get is not important. That's what makes their life beautiful. This should not happen just at home, this should happen in the society, that everybody is trying to do their best to everybody else. This is the nature of the feminine. Right now you are saying, wherever you go, I must give less and take more, whether it's marketplace or marriage, the same thing is happening. And nobody is happy, nobody is living well, nobody can relax their guard. All the time everybody is guarded against each other, because every place is a marketplace. Everywhere you go, you're seeing how you can profit. No, that's not how human beings can live well. Human beings can live well. This is right now, I constantly live among volunteers who are always trying to give their best in any given situation. People ask me, Sadhguru, of all the things that you do, what's the most important thing? I say, people around me, the sort of people that I've gathered around me who are willing to give their lives away without any expectation. This is what is most beautiful about my life, because that is what is most important in the world. Every place is a marketplace means we are always trying to take advantage of somebody, isn't it? When your mind has become a marketplace, there will be no consciousness, there will be no finer aspects of life, there will be no room for the feminine in the world. Masculine will rule. It's all about conquest, it's all about exploitation. It's not about, it's not about love, it's not about inclusiveness, it's not about involvement with life. Where there is no unbridled involvement with life, there is no life at all. Only with involvement you can know life, there is simply no other way. You use the word superwoman, I would say my mother was a superwoman. She did not earn a single rupee in her life, but she was a superwoman, she was the most respected in the family. Well, did she ever ask, what will I get? Never, but she is a superwoman. Well, here I am. Trying to make some quick breakfast. And I've run out of most of the supplies. So, this is an Indian trick. They usually call this panchamritam, that means 5 ingredients which make into an elixir of life. But I think the level of hunger I have, I'll put more than 5 ingredients and make it better than that. So, because kind of run out of vegetables and everything that can be in the refrigerator is gone. My lovely bananas are the only things, fortunately, you can't keep them in the refrigerator, so they're doing… This is a simple Indian trick, cutting up the bananas, adding some honey, ghee, curd, and let me see, the curd I think is still in good condition, so… Slice the bananas into thin slices, depending on how you want it. If you want a little mushy, make it really thin, otherwise… There are many claims and things which says if you eat panchamritam with all these 5 ingredients properly balanced within it, it is definitely supposed to be very good for any kind of thyroid balancing. I don't have any thyroid issues but no problem in keeping everything balanced because it's very vital for body and mind and overall well-being of any human being. So, thyroid is one thing. There are also some people in Ayurveda saying that it is a good cancer preventive. I've really not looked at it. So, I don't have any issues per se, but I have one issue. Not a very efficient refrigerator, so I've run out of food. So, this Indian trick can make a substantial breakfast. I've made this any number of times when I was living on the farm alone, and this kept me going. Local bananas and a few ingredients. Even if you don't have all of them, you can still do it, and there you are. Well, here is some jaggery. This is actually palm sugar, but even regular jaggery will do because I'm super hungry and no control on me, all alone, so I'm adding extra jaggery. Palm sugar, literally, from the palm trees. Ghee, hey, ghee. I'm not much for this ghee business, so I put little. You can put whatever you want. This is important. Without cardamom, it won't get the necessary flavor. This is not a cooking show, this is a survival show, okay? This is not a cooking show. This is… if you are just stuck with a bunch of bananas, how to survive. That's what it's about. Well, today because because I have a little time, I kind of explored a bit of technology, and I got 2 cameras going. Can you see that? I hope the other camera has got my face or just cut me up in 2, I don't know. Is that good? Need to put a little… This is not about how you can go bananas. This is just about a strange situation happened in your life that you're hungry and you're stuck with a bunch of bananas. Here it is. And this is the problem with me a little bit. You don't keep things back in its places, hard to find. I've been traveling for the last 39 years without… I'm generous with honey because probably till late evening this is the only meal I'm gonna have because I'm not eating outside. Everything is all within. There's a problem to get the honey off the spoon. There's only one trick. That's the only thing that works. I've been using honey for a long time in so many different ways. The only way to get honey off the Fortunately, very fortunately, well, the curd or yogurt is not in its best condition, it's gone a bit sour, but still usable. That's why I put extra honey. Fortunately, this is all Indian trick. I've lived like this on the farms alone by myself, where my only diet was either groundnut or coconut. So, groundnut or coconut, where if you have a fresh coconut, unbroken, well, you got packaged food for a month, 2 months, even 3 months if you want. At one time, I have been months on end like this, just soaked groundnut and banana. And banana was the lowly poor man's food, and I survived on that quite a bit because you could hang a bunch of banana and make your life with that. Otherwise, I kept coconuts, unbroken coconuts. And when you get too hungry, nothing else to eat, drink the water and eat the kernel. It keeps you nourished. It kept me alive and well for a long time. You have to agree with that. Today, Panchamritam turning little luxurious because, as I said, most probably, the only meal of the day till late evening. And I have to drive. Maybe I'll do some walkabout outside. And then these are just a few raisins. See, these are all good things, dry fruits and stuff, because they survive without refrigeration and you survive without starvation. Put enough juice back into you one way or the other. So normally it's 5 ingredients, but I think I put more: banana, coconut, honey, palm sugar or jaggery, ghee, bit of curd. I hope it won't make things turn sour for me because they've not been curd has not been well preserved. So I put a little, and here I even have some cashew nuts. And cut them up a little bit so that the nuts don't stand out as it does in the world. No, I'm just being not so nice, but what about stop? When a man is hungry, he normally gets angry. But I'm not angry, I'm hungry, so you must allow me a little bit of nastiness. So I spend so much time with nuts and nuts all over the place. So I can't spend one day without nuts. So adding cashew nuts, these are wonderful things. And above all, even cashew nuts, when I had my long treks in Himalayas all by myself, It was largely cashew nuts, raisins, the copra or the dried coconut, which has kept me alive. I have not forgotten them. I'm always grateful to them. So I always carry them. Wherever I am, these things are there because my life has been such that not always proper meals come my way. Except it's been coming my way pretty well during this pandemic because I've been home, either in India or here. But once again the wanderlust, once again the nomadic life got me back into this little camper. No, it's just a lot of work to do. The only way that we can do without getting infected in hotels and other places is by being in a camper, a moving home. Some people think camper is a luxury. No, a lot of work every day. When your house is moving, there is a lot of work. Here it is, my breakfast, and today I'm on a technical high, tech high, because I'm using two cameras at the same time. Can you beat this? You like my breakfast? Sorry, this is all I have today, and you're too far away. A little over 15,000 years ago, in the upper regions of Himalayas, a yogi appeared. Nobody knew where he came from. His antecedents were unknown, but he looked extraordinary. So people gathered, they waited, they thought he's going to perform some miracle, but he did nothing, simply he sat, unmoving. Only 7 people hung on. These 7 people recognized that this is a fantastic miracle because only someone who has transcended the physical nature can simply sit. Then they begged him, "You seem to be knowing or experiencing something that we cannot imagine. Please teach us." Then he gave them some few simple preparatory methods and said, "You prepare yourself. Let me see." They went on preparing themselves. Months went into years, years went into decades. 84 years passed. One day, he just looked, these 7 people had become shining receptacles. Humanity was first reminded the simple laws of nature are not permanent restrictions. If you're willing to strive, you can go beyond that. And he not only gave this idea, he gave methods as to how to get there. Because nobody knew his name, he never introduced himself. They called him Adi Yogi. Adi Yogi means the first yogi. A child in many ways is an impression of all the adults who impact his life, particularly the parents, teachers, and others. If you want your children to be of a certain quality, the foremost thing that you need to pay attention to is, are you exuding that quality? What endears a child to everyone is that he's an exuberant life and a bundle of joy most of the time unless you cause misery to him. If you want to nurture a child, you must be far more exuberant than the child and much more joyful, then the child is drawn to you. Once the child is drawn to you, it's for you to mold the child as you want. Right now, most children avoid adults because most of them are not exuberant by any standards, neither joyful, mostly stressed and complaining about their work, about their family, about the world, about everything. Why would a child want to have anything to do with you? When child sees you don't represent life, you represent some other vested interest. If you are interested in really being an impact on your children, you must represent life because they are just life. They have not become other conceited things as you could have. They are simply life. You must represent life. Feeding upon so-called inanimate things like food, water and air, life is an exuberant expression of existence. If you do not represent that exuberance, if you do not show that exuberance in your work, in your relaxation, in everything that you do and do not do, then your child will be least impacted by you. And that is a good thing. Because if you're so dead serious about your life and you represent other vested interests of your money or your status or your prestige or something like this, then it is best that the child is not impacted by this thing. So if you are really concerned about impacting your child, what is it that your child want to be? Please become that to start with.
It goes and sticks in your colon. So, the waste material which should have easily flown out will not flow out of the system.
It's a hotbed for illness. That means your respiratory action and your thought process and your sense of smell will get lowered over a period of time. It definitely renders to you dullness. If you eat too much of tuberous material like potatoes and other tuberous substances, you will generate gas which is below the navel. Once you generate gas there, your prana between the navel and the pit of the throat will not function as it should, and the dynamism levels in your system will go down. Among the vegetables, things like radish, this is one of the few things which grow underground and still positive. Carrot, radish, all the other tuberous material like potatoes and potato family are zero pranic, but they cause what is called the stamas. Stamas means it brings a certain inertia into you. We generally advise students and meditators not to eat potatoes and its family because they increase the sleep quota. Both for the student who's studying and for the meditator, the biggest enemy is the sleep, you know. If you close your eyes and sit, if you open the textbook is a great tranquilizer, isn't it? And on top of it, if you're on a potato diet, you'll fall asleep instantly.
Dairy products have certain enzymes which are used today to manufacture certain textile adhesives. These adhesives are not water-soluble. So when you consume lot of dairy product, it goes and sticks in your colon. So the waste material which should have easily flown out will not flow out of the system.
The general alertness in the body and in the mind will go down by consumption of dairy products. At least those who come from the south, they told you even in your school, if you eat the curd rice, you will fall asleep. Yes or no? If somebody is sleepy, it's a common thing in South India, na thair sadam saapittu vandiya. Everybody knows it makes you dull, but the teacher also eats, that's a problem. It is an established fact medically that in your present system, if you eat raw meat, it would take anywhere between 70 to 72 hours to pass through the system. If you eat cooked meat, it would take 50 to 54 hours to pass through the system. If you eat cooked vegetarian meals, it will take 24 to 30 hours to pass through the system. If you eat an uncooked vegetable, it will take 12 to 15 hours to pass through the system. If you eat a fruit, it will take 1.5 to 3 hours to pass through the system. Why is it taking so much time? Because essentially the alimentary canal in a human being is about 24 to 36 feet long, this whole pipe that's going from lip to the anal outlet. In all the herbivorous animals, this is a feature, that their alimentary canal is approximately 5 to 6 times the length of their body. In all the carnivores, it's only 2.5 to 3 times the length of their body. Or in other words, all the meat-eating animals have a very short intestinal length. All the herbivores have a long intestinal length. So, because vegetarian food passes through the system quickly, so the design factor of length has been designed like this. So when you eat meat and keep in the system for a long time, definitely it's a hotbed for illness. In many ways you will create it. Eating meat has become a part of our, in the culture in the world, because in many societies in the past, survival was the mode. When it's a question of survival, eat anything that is necessary to be eaten, that's a different thing. Once survival is taken care of, that's when you choose. Now you choose what kind of a body you want, what kind of function you want to perform, accordingly you eat. This is not about a taboo about eating meat. This is about eating more consciously. This is eating by choice. In the yogic tradition, if you cook anything, maximum within 1.5 hours you must consume. If there are certain types of items, up to 4 hours is okay. Beyond that, you don't touch. It doesn't matter how tasty it is, how nice it is, you don't touch anything because then you will develop gases in the system. Gas is not only in the stomach that you will feel obviously, but you will develop vayus in the system which will work against your pranavayu. That means your respiratory action and your thought process and your sense of smell will get lowered over a period of time. These three are very vital for you to be a vibrant human being. Alexander the Great Idiot was moving towards India. On the way was Persia, ransacked the Persian Empire, killed every male member of the royal family, went in search of this man sitting there with a heap of bones. This happened. When Alexander the Great Idiot had this dream of conquering the whole world, but at that time in history, the important part of the world, and even today is, but at that time it was significantly so, was everybody wanted to conquer India because of the wealth and the culture and the most prosperous nation on the planet, all these things. So he was moving towards India. On the way was Persia. So he ransacked the Persian Empire, killed almost all the male members of the royal family, and then he wants to leave, move towards India. But he needs somebody, a vassal king, to manage that. Somebody who's his puppet who will manage the kingdom for him. You can't just pick up somebody and put them up in those days. They must be of the royal family, otherwise people will not gel with that. So he started looking, but unfortunately he had killed every male member of the royal family. Then somebody said, there is one prince who left the family long time ago and he spends all his time in the graveyard. The Persian people have this, that they're dead, they neither bury nor burn. They're very smart people. Even today, they're very smart people. Why waste firewood on the dead? Fuel.
Why pollute the air by burning? Why take the labor of digging holes in the earth? Just leave it for the birds and other scavengers to eat the meat. Then the bones alone you bury, which is easy because after 100 people have died, one colossal digging you have to do. Easy. I'm just saying, this is their way, this is their tradition. So this young prince left the family for years. He's been just sitting in this graveyard, watching these bones, trying to realize something. There's a whole tradition in India that yogis, best part of the training is they're sent to the cremation ground. Go sit there and watch. So Alexander went in search of this man. So he was sitting there with a heap of bones. Alexander said, "See, I will make you the king. You just be there as a king. I will take care of everything. My soldiers will manage everything, my people will manage everything. You just be the king, sit on the throne, wear the crown. We'll take care of everything." Then this prince, looking at a heap of bones here, like a disappointed vulture, because vulture is disappointed if the bone doesn't have meat. Like that, he is looking at it and says, "See, so many have died here, many of them killed by you, and some are rich, some are poor, some were royal families, some were ordinary people, some were high, some were low. I've been trying to make out through these bones which one is high bone, which one is low bone, which one is royal bone, which one is ordinary bone, which is a rich bone, which is a poor bone. I'm not able to get it, can you tell me?" Alexander looked at it, this is too complex for me, he just left and went away. It was too much for him. The most precious thing is your life, it is slipping away. You are thinking this and trying to find explanations for the drama that's happening around you, time is going away. If you could stop time and discuss how your husband is not okay, we can do it. But time is going away. But we are investing time in things that we don't care for. If you knew time is going away, you would not invest in things that you don't care for, isn't it? So I'm thinking of creating a device, we are working on it right now, that every day it's reminding you, oh, you're 50 years of age, 50% of the sands of time are gone. And as you see, it is just going away. You've seen the old hourglasses, that was just telling you the hour is getting over. This we make it little enlarged to see how your life is getting over all the time. Because if you sit, it goes away. If you stand, it goes away. If you do something wonderful, it goes away. If you do something nasty, it goes away. You did nothing, it goes away. This is the nature of time and life. If you want to rise above the time process, there is a way. But that also you must dissolve in a way. Otherwise, as long as you're a slave of time, it's best that you're conscious that time is slipping away. There is no time in this life to do anything that genuinely does not matter to you. Yes or no?
Well, if you made it here, it shows you're ready to change. You're done with running. This kind of attention is rare, it's precious. Drop your city in the comments, and if you'd like, share this with someone who's also thirsty for clarity. Thank you, Big Hug, and see you soon.